Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to talk here a little bit about planting ginseng seeds. And during this talk, I'm going to be talking about quite a few things. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw the cards down there to tell you what I'm going to be talking about. And then I'll go through them individually and talk about them. I want to talk about flow testing ginseng seeds and how that works and why it works. I'm going to be talking here a little bit also about various things that's needed when you plant a seed, about the moisture, temperature, sunlight, fertility of the soil, and the looseness of the soil. I'm going to talk a little bit also about the pulp on ginseng seeds and other seeds also, and why that's there and what you should do about it. I'm going to talk a little bit also, mention a little bit about planting wild ginseng seeds. And also a little bit about keeping seeds year after year, which you can do. And I'm going to talk a little bit about damping off. It's something that a lot of you probably don't even know what it is. But I'll talk about that and what that is and explain that. And also talk a little bit about seed germination and what that is and why that's important and what happens if you save seed year after year. So let me go ahead and get started here. The first thing I suppose that I should talk about, and I kind of go through these cards, is seed germination. First of all, let me show you some ginseng seeds. These are some ginseng seeds. I think I bought these like this year or perhaps last year. I had some this year that was left over from last year, but I think I already planted those. This is like a couple ounces worth of seed here, 2 or 3 ounces. That I'll go ahead and plant this winter time. I want to plant these in nice soil, in a good location. Soil is going to have a lot of fertility, and also it's going to be real loose. So hopefully I should get a good stand of ginseng come up. Now, I got those particular seeds from this wildgrown.com. They sell ginseng seeds and rootlets. Over the internet. They sell them every year. They generally sell out of ginseng seeds and ginseng rootlets. You're probably going to have a lot more success out of ginseng seeds than you will rootlets. Your ginseng seeds and your ginseng rootlets also, you're not going to get 100% survival rate on any of them. There's in the soil, there's what's called fungus. Seeds, if they're planted in real damp soil, they will tend to rot, and also roots, if they're planted in real damp soil, they will tend to rot. Also, there's a lot of what's called fungus in the ground that will attack your seeds and also your rootlets and eat them up. So let me talk here a little bit about seed germination. What seed germination is, if you buy a pack of seeds from a vegetable house or something. Here's some peas. These are sugar snap peas. They're really great. I really like these peas. They run on a trellis, and they're really, really delicious when they're young. If you take a look there, it says GERM germ 85%. Now, what that is that's germination. What that means is it says 85%. So that means that if you plant 100 of those seeds in ideal conditions, and they have the right amount of moisture, the right temperature, and you take care of them, that 85 out of 100 will actually grow. The others will just do nothing. They won't even start budding out, developing a plant or root or anything. So 85% germination means that 85 seeds out of 100 will actually grow. Now, any plant that you, any seed that you buy in a store, in a pack, they will tell you on the pack what the germination is. They should tell you on the pack what the germination is. I'm just looking at a pack of garden bean seeds here, and it does not really have any germination on the pack. But most seed packs will tell you what the germination is. But not all. Most of them will tell you what the germination is. So I just looked at a couple more here and I didn't see it, but those are, but that's not unusual for that to happen. But most seeds, or many seeds, will actually have the germination right on the pack itself. Typical seed germination, you can look in any gardening book, any horticulture book, which horticulture stands for gardening. I kind of showed you guys this a little while ago. It's a gardening book, horticulture book. It'll tell you, if you look in here, it'll have things on it there about seed germination and planting seeds. I'm looking through the book here. Here we go. It says plant propagation, and it talks about seeds in there, planting seeds and so forth. And it will talk in there about germination. But not all seeds are going to produce a plant, and that's really understandable. You take a look at an oak tree, it'll have thousands and thousands and thousands of acorns on it. The chance of of any acorn developing into an oak tree is very, very slim. Fish will have will lay hundreds of thousands of eggs, and out of that 100,000 eggs, perhaps there might only be one fish that actually gets to be like an adult. So in nature there's lots of seeds, but there's also lots of problems with seeds, and most seeds do not make it to be adults. When you're planting seeds, if you want to have good germination, if you want most of your seeds to grow, you've got to watch the moisture, the temperature, the sunlight, the fertility of the soil, looseness of the soil. Also, you need to worry about how deep you're planting those seeds also. The bigger a seed is, the deeper you can plant it. But even large seeds like bean seeds, peas, corn, you don't want to plant those over like a ½ inch to an inch deep. You get them much deeper than that, and they won't be able to break up through the soil. So all these things are important: moisture, temperature, sunlight, fertility of the soil, and looseness of soil. When the seeds are really young, they need a lot of moisture. Don't let them get dry when the plants are really, really young. But you don't want to overwater them, because that can kill them and cause what's called damping off. And while I'm talking about it here, let me go ahead and talk about damping off a little bit. Damping off is a fungus that you'll get with seeds. Suppose that you have planted some seeds in little pots, and they're all doing really, really good, and they're maybe about a ½ inch to an inch high, and you're watering them good, and they're getting good sunlight and everything. but you notice they start dying off. And that's what's called damping off, and it's a fungus that's killing the plants due to a little bit of excess moisture or them not getting enough sunlight, whatever. You can actually get a spray. You can actually use a little bleach diluted by a lot of water, or a little bit of vinegar diluted by a lot of water, or a little bit of hydrogen peroxide diluted by a lot of water. And that will kill that fungus and keep this damping off thing from killing your plants. Also, you can buy fungicides at your seed store, or like a Farm Bureau or Southern States, or any place that plants that has seeds and supplies for gardening. So fungicides are good to keep that damping off and keep your various type funguses at bay, and that'll help your plants grow big and healthy. But let me say this about fungicides: there's some good fungus in the soil too, so you don't want to overuse fungicides. That can be detrimental to the other good fungus in your soils. So just like fertilizer, you don't want to overuse fertilizer. That can kill your plants. So let me talk a little bit here about keeping seeds year after year. You can definitely do that. They say the best thing to do when you get ginseng plants or ginseng seeds is to plant them right away, and that's a good idea. I think it's good probably to wait until the soil gets nice and cold. That will keep your fungus at bay, and you can go ahead and plant those seeds without having to worry about the fungus in the soil getting them. And if they survive through the winter, they'll come up in the spring. Let me talk a little bit about pulp on seeds. Ginseng seeds have pulp around them, just like a lot of seeds, tomato seeds, pepper seeds, whatever. The seeds are protected down inside of this pulp. A lot of people say when you're out planting wild ginseng seeds is to squeeze the seeds out of the pulp. I don't think that's true. I don't think you need to do that. I'll explain what you need to do if you're out and you're running into a lot of berry clusters on the ginseng and they're red. They're ready to plant. You just take them off the pulp and just get them in your hand and just toss them right in the area that you are digging that ginseng, because that's a good area, number one. The leaves are still on the trees. When the leaves fall off the trees, they're going to cover those seeds. Also, that pulp on those seeds is acidic, and it protects these seeds from from the fungus in the ground. Fungus does not like acid, so the acidic nature of that pulp around the seed actually protects the seeds. I mean, ginseng has been self-planting itself for hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years, so don't try to outdo nature. Just leave the pulp on a seed and just kind of toss them in the area that you're digging the ginseng. Float testing seeds. You can float test a lot of things. Eggs, good eggs will sink and not come to the top. Good ginseng seeds will sink to the bottom of the water. If they dry out too much, they will float. So that's what float testing is all about. I talked about planting wild ginseng seeds. The best thing to do is just kind of toss them. If you do plant ginseng seeds, you want to plant them individually, not no more than a ½ inch to an inch deep. Cover them with some leaf mulch. So anyway, that's been about planting ginseng seeds and a little bit about what they need. So I'm coming up on 15 minutes here, so I'm going to jump off. Thanks a lot. Please subscribe if you like my videos, and you folks have a nice day.